everyone. I'm Emily from GoWP. Welcome to today's webinar with Laurie Cassidy from Supervisor.com. And we're going to be talking about the importance of load testing your website for better UX. So really quick, I just want to say a couple of words about GoWP. Let me just share my screen here. There we go. So at GoWP, we are a team that is devoted to helping agencies grow by providing exceptional outsourced WordPress services. Agencies that partner with GoWP are able to focus on the low-touch, high-value work that helps them grow because they depend on GoWP to take care of the high-touch, low-value work that disrupts their day and keeps them from getting good work done. That's things like website maintenance, never-ending content edit requests that come in from clients at all times of the day and night. So our 24/7 team handles that. And we also launched a new service recently called Page Builds, where you get a dedicated developer building out your page designs in Beaver Builder or Elementor, and they take all of that off your plate for you. I also want to say that creating a GoWP partner account is absolutely free, and it gets you access to all sorts of resources to grow your agency. We're always working on putting new resources in there, and we're always taking recommendations of things that could help. So currently we have landing page templates to help you sell care plans. We've got a maintenance schedule lead magnet and landing page template to help you generate leads and increase your recurring revenue. And we've got all sorts of documentation that you can take and make your own to use with your clients and prospects, revolving around maintenance plans and care plans and all that kind of stuff. So you can create your partner account at my.gowp.com. I'll put the link in the chat in just a minute here. And if you have any questions about partnering with GoWP and how we can help your agency, feel free to email me or reach out to us in the client portal after you create your account. And we'll be happy to help and jump on a call or whatever we can do to help with that. So, excuse me. I also want to tell you about our Facebook group. For those of you who are watching and may not be a member yet, those of you here in the Zoom webinar, it's called the GoWP Niche Agency Owners Facebook group. It's a community of agency professionals who either already serve a niche market or would like to niche down. We're broadcasting this webinar live in the group now, and the webinar recording will also be available there afterward to watch. So you can go check it out and request to join. We'd love to have you. So I'll post that link as well after I'm done talking here. We are almost at 1,000 members too. And Kaylin, our GoWP's growth manager, and I are planning kind of a celebration for that. So it'd be great to get there. I think we're at like 992 right now. So we'd love to have that celebration next week. It's looking like we're right on schedule for that. Few notes regarding the webinar. I'm going to be watching the chat both here in the Zoom webinar and also over in the Facebook group. We also have Kaylin watching too, so we're both here to kind of help out and post links and anything that comes up during the webinar. And I'll get any questions to Laurie, so just post them there and we'll talk about them. We've already done a quick test of the chat in Zoom, and I haven't checked back on Facebook, but it looks like everybody's here. So hey, we've got Zach and Jason, Kaylin. So great, chat's working, everybody's on board. Let's get to why we're here today, and that is Laurie and Supervisor.com. So Laurie Cassidy founded Supervisor.com in 2018 after observing how impossible it was to get an answer to the most simple question: how many real visitors can a customer's website handle? Prior to Supervisor, Laurie built Planeta Internet, a premier hosting company in Finland. He grew Planeta over the years to a market leader in Finland with over 50,000 customers, utilizing organic growth in a series of M&A deals. In August 2019, the hosting company was acquired by Lupia Group, and after a short transition period, he went full speed with Supervisor.com to build one more company from scratch. So Laurie, welcome. We're happy to have you.
Happy to be here. I already joined your Facebook group, and I'm already feeling the warmth and vibes. It looks like a really great place to be. So happy to be here to talk about load testing. And now I guess it's perfect time to talk about load testing because Black Friday is coming, You might have e-commerce customers, and you might just save their businesses from crashing on the worst possible moment. So yeah, I'm gonna share my screen now. So
okay. I'm going to go ahead and mute and turn off my video, but I'll come back in with any questions that people are posting in the chat. So take it away.
Yep. So just a moment. Cool. So just a little bit about me. So I come from Helsinki, Finland. I have a lovely wife and 3 kids, and dog and a cat. So they keep me super, super busy. And Emily sort of gave my bio already. So I have a background in web hosting, and sort of the questions from those customers, those e-commerce customers, sort of led me to found Supervisor. So when each of these customers had like a marketing campaign planned, they called me and asked that, do we have enough capacity? Do we have enough computers on our cluster? And I noticed that there is no simple way to answer this question. So I couldn't really tell them that will they handle Black Friday or will they handle their marketing campaign. So the only thing I could say that, okay, let's add some computing power, let's add some nodes, and let's monitor your site super closely so we can fix it if something goes wrong. And the problem there is that even if we add some servers, the problem could be in some settings of the web server. So it could be the web server's concurrent users. It could be the settings of the database server or application server. It could be the disk speeds, the I/O, or whatever. So even if we add some servers, that might not help at all. It only increases the cost for the customer, which was good, of course, for me because I was the web hosting business owner, but that didn't really solve the problem. And also just by monitoring, that doesn't either solve the problem, because if the site goes down, all the people will go away from your site. They go to Facebook and cry about it. And then, when you finally get it back up, they are already gone. And of course, your site will be super, super fast. So I thought there has to be sort of a better way to do this. So I thought that, okay, I'll start investigating the current load testing solutions available. So basically all of them are in some way using exact the same methodology as the Apache JMeter. So this is actually free, and you can just download it from their site, and you can start doing load testing. And I'm gonna now explain why that's not really, or what the problem is with this approach. So what JMeter actually does is it sends a simple GET request to the web server. So this starts to be super nerdy, but don't worry about that. If you can't follow this, you can always ask, and actually you'll notice that this is actually something that you don't need. But if I do this curl command to the GoWP website, it will load the HTML code of the website. So basically the recipe how to build how the website looks, but it doesn't have any pictures or any other assets, any fonts or anything like that, any CSS files or anything. It has only the instruction that, okay, browser, you need to download all of these things in order to build the complete web page. So now if we check this with the, to move this, with GoWP website, and we open the Chrome DevTools, and then we'll reload, we'll have, Sorry about that. I need to move this somewhere else. Yeah. So yes, so now if we just reload the web page, it shows all the different requests the browser is doing. So there's actually 140 requests that is needed to build the website that we see here. So in order to load test this with JMeter or BlazeMeter, Gatling, Locust, all of these different load testing tools, we would need to build a script that has all these different curls for all of these requests. But luckily, Chrome DevTools is helping us with this, so we can actually copy all of these curls. So we just click here, and then we go to our favorite code editor, and I actually have it already here. So there is, I guess there's 1,700 lines of code here, which is needed to make same kind of request that the browser would do. And so that wasn't so hard. So, you know, still, maybe we could still use JMeter for load testing. But the problem here is that browsers don't actually load all these requests at the same time. Because that would be sort of a denial of service attack against your website. So they'll only load maybe 4 or 5 assets from the same host. And then when they've completed with that, they'll start loading 4 new assets and so on. So you would need to time this with each and every request. So here we have the first request, and this brings in the HTML. So then after that, we would take the next 4 if they are from the same server, and we would need to time it again. So have some time that this script will always wait before it starts loading different assets. And we would need to complete this for all the 140 requests here. And yeah, so, and even if we get through that, please remember that's only the front page of the website. Then we would need to build it for each and every different page here. So in order to also monitor other pages and see how they will react to load. And then that's not even enough. We would also need to script the how people are the funnel, how they are clicking around the site, and we would need to create a lot of different funnels in order to be at least some way realistic. So there's a lot of work to be done in this, and normally, these load testing agencies, they'll charge you from thousands to hundreds of thousands of dollars just to create that script, and then you can shoot it from BlazeMeter and Gatling. So it's really time consuming, and it's really hard to do. So that's why nobody actually likes to do it, and they'll like to outsource it. The other problem with these tools is that they don't actually monitor the user experience. They monitor what's the time for requests. So they'll give you the time, the average time for each request. So, but that's problematic because you have like different type of assets here. So you have images, which could be big. You have small CSS files. And if you just group all of those and have the average request time, that doesn't tell you how fast your site is on Black Friday. It only tells you, something about your web server's throughput. And also the way we today build websites is that there's usually a lot of tools from third parties, and those are completely, we can't sort of measure those. So it could be that there is a lot of fast requests, but there is one request that takes for 5 seconds. And then that sort of blocks the whole user experience because people don't really like to wait more than 3 seconds to complete. So yeah, this is the problem with the current load testing solutions, and I wasn't really happy about that, and that's why we sort of tried to figure out how to do this better. But there's of course other tools also to measure the website performance. So I think everybody knows GT metrics. There's Pagespeed Insights. So let's see how these work. So I have a testing site here. This is kortteli.fi. And basically it has pictures of my hometown Helsinki. So they were doing like the Google Street View before Google did that. And this came a little bit redundant, although the picture quality here is a little bit better, but yeah, but that doesn't matter. We can use this for the test purposes. And the site is really old. That's why the design is pretty outdated, but don't mind about that. So if we go to GT metrics, we can test kortteli.fi and see what it says. So it says here's analyze, and yeah, we have to wait. So let's do the same thing with Pagespeed Insight at the same time, so we don't have to wait so long. It's fetching the site. This is great graphics. Okay, now it has, and now it's generating a report. And we got pretty good score here. So, 95%. So this is pretty okay. It says that I could do something, I have some landing page redirect here. So I get a C from that, but other than that, we get, pretty good scores here. So in a way, this, I could think that, okay, everything is okay. I don't need to do anything about my website performance. It's working great. And also Pagespeed Insights, it's showing us that 98, so that's pretty good score. With desktop, it's actually 100. So boom, that's amazing. That's what I'm looking for. So this is the sort of the data that these tools give you. But the problem with that is that they only give you the current situation. So, but they don't tell you what happens if more users come in. So that's where Supervisor comes in. So let's start adding some users. So I have one user here ready to start testing. So let's go and start it. So it will open its web browser and it will go to kortteli.fi. You can see here's the small browser. It starts to click around the website, and we can open it as a bigger one to see it better. But yeah, that's the idea. So let's add some more users. So let's scale to 36 users, and let's see what's going to happen then. So now more users starting their browsers. They're all going to kortteli.fi, and they're starting to click around the site. They are scrolling the pages. If this would be an e-commerce site, they could add products to shopping cart, and they could do whatever a normal user would do. And they are also reporting the page load times to us. So they are telling how fast it is, and we can see that it's starting to get slower. So we can see here that the page load time graph is getting higher and higher. So that's starting to look pretty bad. So then if we now do the analyzing again with Pagespeed Insights, and let's do it also with GT metrics, we might have some different scores here. So actually the test already stopped because it started to get too slow. And we can see that now the score is already different with Pagespeed Insights. I guess because the GT metrics is so slow, it actually will get now the same result. Well, it has it. The page load time was a little bit higher, but it still gives the same score. So GT metrics doesn't actually care how long takes to load the page, it always gives just the same score. It only gives you the idea that, you know, it's a useful a tool to optimize the code, but it doesn't tell anything about how it will scale. And the same thing goes with Pagespeed Insights. So that's sort of the difference between all of these. We sort of used a couple of minutes of our time here, and we did a load test to Kortteli.fi with 36 users, and we could see that it couldn't actually handle the load. You know, we handled 36 users with load time of 2.2 seconds. So that's basically the scale that Kortteli.fi has. And if we would like to serve 100 users or 1,000 users, this would be a problem. We would know that we won't scale over 36 users. And this is the whole idea behind Supervisor. I think the whole industry doesn't really talk about concurrent users. So if you choose a web hosting package, you know, you'll get this and this much gigabytes for your website, and you'll, you know, they'll tell you that they use fast servers, they'll use SSD disks, or there's CDN. There might be even auto scaling. You know, there's a lot of buzzwords there, which are, you know, they are good technologies, but those things don't actually guarantee that your site will scale. But they will never guarantee that your site will handle, you know, this and this many users. And I think that's sort of, that should be really, really important, so that, you know, you use the service that's actually big enough for your service. And it's actually super easy to do. I use sort of the manual version, but if you would like to test any website, you could just go to supervisor.com. And now I'm testing our own site. So let's see what will happen. So I'll just click the try now button here. And then we need to authorize with Google Analytics. It's because we can't just let you test any website with 50 users, because as you saw, we could actually end up crashing it. So that's why we need to authorize it with Google Analytics. So if you have, you know, if you have Analytics installed, it's super easy. You just click the authorize button, and then we'll wait for Google to prompt us to give the permission. And yeah, and it remembered that I have had already the permission, and now it's actually doing the test automatically. So it first starts 4 users, they will go to the website, and it will scale until 50 users, and then it will give you the results. And that's all you need to do to load test the website. And of course, you could test with more. We can scale to hundreds of thousands of users. So that's the way to really do the load testing. So yeah, that was sort of what I had in mind, how to do load testing. I think just by using our service, you will be doing better load testing than any of the existing load testing consultants there. And yeah, and now it's time to sort of for your questions, and I'm happy to answer any of those.
Thank you so much, Laurie. That was awesome. I love we've got some comments on the interface for supervisor.com, loving the kind of retro feel of it. And the gamification is great too. I love that you're putting faces on each user and all of that too. I can definitely see how this is super valuable in terms of agency owners as well, using this as a tool to kind of, you know, do site speed optimization and show that even though, you know, maybe your site is loading quickly, but is it loading quickly with, you know, 30 users, 50 users, that kind of thing. So I'd be interested if, and those of you watching, how you see like you could use this kind of service in your agency, or you know, to help sell more robust plans or that kind of thing. We did get a few comments on, you did bring up Black Friday at the beginning, and Zach over in our Facebook group, he commented that it's looking like it may be, you know, the biggest Black Friday yet with all the online shopping and the pandemic and, you know, the current situation, and that's definitely true. So I think that given the times we are in, this could even be more valuable in those terms as well. So this has been really great. We haven't, let me see, we didn't get any specific questions from anyone. If you all have questions, go ahead and throw them up in the chat, whether it's a Zoom webinar chat or over on Facebook, and we'll get those to Lori. But this was great. It's really cool to see this, and it's different than the kind of traditional way people are using to do their site speed testing. We got a question from Andy. So what's your maximum number of sessions?
Well, I think we've tested with 100,000 of robots, but we can scale also beyond that. So there's not like a real maximum. So if somebody finds us Coca-Cola, we'll definitely do the scale from them.
Awesome. It looks like that's all the questions. Let's see. So is the best methodology to use, like you did in the presentation, using both GTmetrix or Pagespeed Insights and Supervisor to kind of see them back to back like that? Would you recommend that being the best methodology for this?
Yeah, definitely. I think GTmetrix and Pagespeed Insights, they are great tools when you try to like debug what is causing it to decide to be slow. So that's a good starting point. You need to fix that first, but then you can use Supervisor to verify that you'll be always also fast when there's more users. And I would like to point out also that now, sort of, if you have e-commerce customers and like what the comment was, that the Black Friday is going to be this year probably bigger than ever. I think all the e-commerce owners would be interested to hear, you know, about solution, and this would be a good way for the agencies to show that, you know, you're expert and you care about the customer. So you could sort of advise them to maybe do the test. We are happy to do sort of, you know, give you content, maybe a blog or something like that, maybe even a free tests if you would like to do with some of your customers. And, you know, that could be a good way to show that you're expert in this area. And also for hosting companies, this is a great way to win over customers, because you can actually show the customer the pain. You know, you can't handle Black Friday, so, you know, and then it's pretty easy to sell then that, okay, I promise that we'll scale twice as much as your current host, and then just to do it. So then, yeah.
Absolutely. So that kind of answers the question of if Supervisor can be incorporated into a hosting website. Another question, could you please comment on the geographic distribution of the load generators? Are they all coming from a single data center? If so, where is it?
Yeah, we are using Google Cloud. So all the Google Cloud, their availability zones are we can use. So that's the situation. Yes.
Perfect. And Andy's also interested in knowing if they can allow API access into other platforms.
Yeah, we can definitely integrate to other platforms. You could actually use our load testing the same way I use the curl command. So you could just do the same thing, the similar thing. So that's an option also. But I would always suggest first to just do the manual test with us first, and then, you know, if that looks good, then we can integrate your, you know, development phases and so on.
Awesome. And just another angle there on the incorporated into a hosting website. What about white labeling? Are people able to kind of resell the service?
Yeah, we are thinking about that. White labeling might not be the best way to do it, because I think it might be good that if the load testing would the result would come from a third, like independent party. So you're not like, auditing yourself. So, but you could definitely add supervisor load testing to your website and then sort of sell that and get money from that.
Wonderful. I think that's all the questions. Oh, are there any other tools you recommend for Pagespeed help?
Well, I think those, the GT metrics, Pagespeed Insights, those are pretty good. They give you the basic idea, and then you just have to sort of figure out to make it faster. So, if you have any, if you do the test and you notice that you have some issues there, you can find me from the niche agency Facebook group. So you can just tag me there. You can find me from LinkedIn, from Twitter, and so on. So I'm happy to, give you free consultation and point you to the right direction. So just don't worry if something goes wrong, because most likely, when you test, you'll be surprised how little you can actually handle. So yeah.
Awesome. Okay, that's great. I think that's all the questions I see so far. So where can, I know you're in the Niche Agency Owners Facebook group, so if anyone has questions on this, you can find him there. Also, obviously, supervisor.com. Is there anywhere else that, where people can reach out to you? Is there any, I'm not trying to spoiler alert here, but is there any special offer we have for our community here with GoWP?
Yeah, so actually there is, now that you mentioned, so yes. So actually there is a coupon code that's GoWP, and you get 20% discount with that from our tests. So just go to our site and do the test, and then you'll get this discount with this coupon. So yeah.
Awesome, that's wonderful. I will be including that in the follow-up email that everybody watching will get that email if you've registered, and we'll post it over in the Facebook group too for everyone there. So I think that's it. I don't see any other questions coming in. Everybody's been really impressed with the tool and excited to learn more. So thank you, Lori. We'll see you in the Facebook group. And if anyone has questions, you can tag him in the Facebook group, and he'll help you out there. So thank you so much.
Thanks.
Yep. Have a great day. Bye, everybody.
Bye.